Hey guys. Today was interesting to say the least. Okay. So first period was definitely an experience. Anne was here and we were working on Pat. We took the Pat quiz, which by the way, I'm pretty sure I got 100 on, or at least like a 96, 97 somewhere in there, because it wasn't hard, and I knew all of it, and like it's just basic memorization. However, I didn't number it, although she doesn't make you number it. There's supposed to be like 22 parts to it. However, in some of the ways it's split up, it only comes up to about 18 or 20, depending upon how you look at it. Um, After that, we were talking, just a little bit about like basic terminology, so to speak, and what you're gonna do if you don't know a word. You blank it. You Google it. And she had to make sure that we know you Google it. You don't just sit there like an idiot and wait. You get on your phone or your laptop and you Google it. After that, we went into the lab, and oh my gosh, she had set up this horrible scenario. Not horrible as in bad, horrible as in it's obviously traumatic. The scenario was there's this 28-year-old man who was cutting wood, and in the middle of it, he just said to look at his phone. Well, he dropped his chainsaw, the chainsaw hit his leg, and it was his upper thigh, and it was deep enough to to have the possibility of affecting his femoral artery, which is deadly. So, we spent the group that went up spent like 15 minutes trying to be like, okay, this is your femoral artery, we need to decide whether you're emergent or non-emergent, and how to treat you, and so on and so forth, and they were using this piece of equipment that we have that looks like a piece of skin with a wound on either side, as if you got like stabbed through the thigh or something. And what it is it has like an IV drip type thing hooked up to it where you put the blood in, and then someone squeezes the bag and it makes the blood gush. And there was just blood all over the floor. Yeah. And obviously, no, it's not real blood. It was actually, like, jello and, colored water and just dye. So it wasn't horrible. And we had, like, this big, plastic tarp laid out where he was laying so it wouldn't get all over the floor. I mean, there was some on the floor, but it wasn't horrendous. So that was definitely an experience, to say the least. And then in second period, we got to play with Play-Doh. Actually, in second period, we were working on, what makes up certain things. It's anatomy and physiology. I did DNA with, 2 orange pipe cleaners, and then pink, yellow, green, and blue Play-Doh. And it was like ATGC. So, yeah. It took forever to make. I was one of the last people to clean up. But, it was definitely worth it, and afterwards, we still had like half an hour left in the lab before it was even time to go. So, I was sitting there with like really bright pink Play-Doh, just like kneading it in my hands and stuff. And then in third period, yesterday we had taken these tests that were really, really hard. It sucked horribly. However, everyone did so poorly on them that she's just saying, like, do the test corrections, because it'll count for so much more back on your grade. On one of them, the non-calculator one, I did so much better than on the actual calculator part. The calculator part, I don't know why, but I couldn't do it. I think I got like 2 points out of 15. It was horrendous, and it was just like, no, why are you being stupid? Because my brain has not wanted to do math for like 3 days now. It's just weird. I'm not saying that because, like, it's not like I don't want to do math, because I actually really like math. I think math is probably one of the easier things, just because, it's the same in every country, and although, yes, the older you get, the higher you get up in actual grades or years of school, like ninth grade, ninth year, however you say it, up into college level, yes, it gets more difficult, but your brain also has a higher capability of understanding it. So it seems harder, and it is harder, but eventually your brain starts to comprehend it a lot faster than if it did as opposed to when you were a child. Like, if you were being taught trigonometry as a 5-year-old, you probably wouldn't understand most of it, unless you're like a super genius. I mean, when I was being taught it as a sophomore, I barely understood it, because we didn't do a lot with it. It was just like sine, cosine, sigma. It was horrendous. It really was. It was a bloody mess, to say the least. But anyway, we were doing test corrections the entire class. Fourth period, Mr. Camp worked me. I was taking down a lab. It was, a nail lab that I had set up last week or the week before. I think it was last week. But, then I was stapling and hole punching, these 81 question, or was it 81, or I think it's like 89 question, I don't even know. It's not bad. It's just like, I remember doing it in chemistry. I just can't think of what it's called. Like a study guide for the end of year exam, because it goes over everything that you could have possibly covered in his class. And if you know who I'm talking about, he's a great teacher and he knows exactly what he's doing. So, like, you're getting good stuff. It's just like 7 pages long. It's so thick, but it's definitely worth it. I mean, I passed his class with a 91, and I got a 91 on my EOC, so, I mean, I'm happy. Anyway, then then after I finished doing that with having to punch and staple papers, I helped set up another lab for next week, and then I got to work on my own, homework, which was nice. Then in 5th period, Miss Crabtree was finally back. Or not finally back, she was only gone for the one day, but she was back, and we were reading this poem called, like, Half-Hanged Mary, or something like that. It's about Merriam-Webster and how when she was hanged back in, like, the 1680s, I think, 1670s, 1680s, she didn't die, and she actually ended up living for another 14 years. Like, she was hung supposedly, or she was hanged supposedly between 7 and 8 o'clock at night. Well, when they came back the next morning, she was dangling there alive. So, yeah. Anyway, then after school, we had chess club. And, we were going through her filing cabinet because she keeps stuff in there that's not, like, files. She keeps candy, she keeps drinks, it's mainly just stock, like, prizes, so to speak, for her classes. In some of them, like in this one, she has, like, a ton of candy. So not just me, because I only took one piece for myself at first. One little single Kit Kat bar. And then, like, 4 more people got it and just were, like, taking handfuls and handing them out to everyone. So, I actually still have candy in my purse. But, yeah. And then after that, our Chick-fil-A was doing another thing for Spirit Week this week. Today was Character Day. I actually didn't do anything. I wanted to be a troll, but I didn't want to have all that crap in my hair, so I didn't do anything. So today it was a free medium pop or tea of your choice. Tomorrow it's a free chicken sandwich. But yeah, then I took Grace home, who was a total Nimrod earlier, because she said, okay, so Saturday morning, you're going to pick up Emma, and then you're coming to pick up me, and I'm like, honey, no, you're spending the night with me tomorrow night. Remember, because we have a chess tournament at like 8 a.m.? Yeah, we have to be up by 6, meet at Walmart by No, we don't, because if we're not meeting Miss Molinax there, then it doesn't matter, because originally Emma was gonna ride with Miss Molinax, and then she decided she's gonna ride with me, because she's spending the night at my house, tomorrow night, which is Friday night, and then all three of us are going to the tournament Saturday, so why not just come with me? Anyway, so that's what we did at school and after school. Dropped Grace off, dropped Emma off, came home, ate dinner, and did homework. I have finished my anatomy and physiology homework. I have finished my emergency medical responder homework. I have finished my my test corrections for algebra, and yeah. Anyway, tomorrow is orange and black for my school, so I'm excited. I have a hoodie for my school, and I have these black yoga pants I'm gonna wear, and I'm just wearing this t-shirt, but, you know. Anyway, so I guess I will just talk to you guys later. See ya.